Hey.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Be So For Real podcast. It's been a minute. It's been a while.
Been a second.
We have no plan for this episode literally at all because we're hungry. We're fucking tired. But it's Memorial Day.
So here we are, just trying to celebrate our fellow veterans.
No, literally. Oh my gosh, we haven't filmed in how long?
It's been like a month.
No, it has not. It's been like 2 weeks.
It's been like 6 months.
No, it's been 2 weeks since our last episode. But it was probably my fault, honestly.
No, I think
it is my fault.
Oh.
You wanting to be a victim?
I'm like, okay, it is your fault.
Yeah, it was my fault. But what were you gonna say?
But I feel like low-key, we just both got really busy.
Oh, well, we always say that.
No, but like this time it was real.
Yeah.
I feel like I genuinely had a lot of things going on.
Oh, okay. Well, so maybe like before it was more of a thing of like me being busy, but now it was like both of us being busy.
It's like, yeah.
So it's like mutual. But for me, I just like, I literally haven't even been posting that much online either. So I'm just kind of like in my MIA era. But then the more I'm MIA online, I'm like MIA in real life, and it gets a little spooky. So yeah, that's the tea. But we didn't talk for like a week.
I know.
But that's happened before.
It just felt like a lie.
No, but it's just like okay. I don't know if anybody else gets to this point. This happens to me so often with friends. I hate that I'm like telling you this as I'm telling the podcast because it's so meta of me. But like, I get to a point so often where like my social battery is like so different with every single person. Like I feel like I have to give a different part of myself to everybody. So with you, we're more so like well-rounded friends. So I kind of just give it like everything. So that can get exhausting when I like don't really have much to give, you know? So like, for example, like I can hang out with a friend who I'm not that close with, who I don't feel like I have to give as much energy because we're literally just getting like a coffee or something. Rather like you or a Jordy or like an Indy, like I'm probably gonna hang out with you guys all day. We're probably gonna talk about a bunch of stuff. Like it's not just like a 1 hour thing.
Yeah.
So I feel so much more pressure sometimes hanging out with people or like talking on the phone or texting when I have like nothing to give somebody that I typically give my all to. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Oh my god.
Wait,
we start crying.
That's so drama. No, but it's literally true. So like, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Even like my boyfriend who I see like all the time, like it's even like that as well. So yeah, that's the tea with me. And then yeah, I've been going to therapy as I've been saying, and it's almost summer, and I feel like I need to just like literally today, guys, I was like writing like an affirmation on my board, and I was like, this is going to be the best summer ever. Like I just need that energy again, like Judy Bloom energy.
Like last year's summer was so fun.
Was it?
Yeah, we were out all the time.
Last year's summer was really fun, but it was like traumatic for me. I like went through so much last summer. That was like my like ego death summer. Like last summer, I went through my ego death. Summer of 2023. Yes, I did.
And I did.
Yes, I did. No, like literally, like before that thought I was like G'd. What the hell? I thought I was Jesus, Lord, Savior, Christ, whatever it is. I literally thought I was everything. And then after the summer, I was like, oh wow, maybe I'm the problem. And yeah, and then that's when like I had a bunch of like friendship fallouts, relationship fallouts, social media fallout, shit like that. Wait, that was when was your ego death? Or do you not think you've had one yet?
I feel like I had an ego death. I feel like it definitely last year too.
Really?
Yeah, because that's when I was on my kick and I was like rolling around doing all these things.
What things?
With like guys, and then
wait,
like,
so is it now or before?
What the hell? I hate you.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Oscar, it's fine.
Like oh my, like
you'll never let that go. No, but it's fine. I feel like it's I don't know. There's something refreshing about having a friend that's like a little slut, like being a little hoe.
Oh,
but you're not that.
But you're like, but kind of.
But like that. But like no, like it's a vibe.
No, I think it's just like liberty.
Liberty. You know
which leads us to wait, what?
Liberty.
What the hell? Sorry, I don't pay for.
Wait, but you're not. I should say a different word. You're just more like a fuckboy. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. You're literally in your fuckboy era. I feel like more so now more than ever because you've been posting on Twitter and shit.
Oh, yeah, I have, huh?
Also, you have like all these like deep underground fans that like come from like the deep roots of the world, and they're like Oscar. Like, it's like so creepy.
No, my Twitter's getting insane now. Yeah, but really I feel funny. Like I think that's where I'm being branded now.
Where Twitter?
Yeah, like I don't
wants
mind
to be on his Twitter narrative. I think you've always been on Twitter, but you've never been on Twitter. Like you were never the guy on Twitter. So I feel like now you're like, and then also I feel like low key, like when I was in my Twitter era for like 2 weeks, it kind of just like empowers you. Like it makes you feel like a vibe. Like it just like is like, oh wow, like I'm hot and I'm liberated and I'm just a vibe, and that's what I felt.
Because I just had like a conversation with Brendan, and I was telling him, I was like, I literally just post my nudes for like obviously like content, whatever. Yeah. But it's also like I feel comfortable posting my body. I don't give a fuck. Like it's more so just like a self-awareness, self like self-love.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
self-love.
Like, I mean, I'm just posting, and if guys like it, they like it.
That's crazy. I feel like, yeah, like bodies, which they should, are becoming so much more normalized, especially because of Twitter. I haven't had Twitter on my phone in literally like so long. I used to have Twitter, but like, I don't know why. Like, it's very liberating, but it's also kind of suffocating because it sometimes makes you feel like that's all. Because like, you'll be like, oh, like, well, I mean, recently you're saying something different, but it's like more realistic that like you would post like a more revealing picture and it would get more views or more likes or more comments than something else. And then you're like, oh, do they only care about this? But at the same time, if you're just like a cute person, you'll probably get the retweets or whatever. But it is very like retweet heavy on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a retweet means a lot on there. So and when it has to do with like your body, it's like, oop.
And I feel like we just need to normalize being comfortable with your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like fuck it. Like there shouldn't be like any like what is it like perception about yourself. Like if you feel comfortable enough, just do what you want to do. Like fuck what anybody got to think.
No, I always think about it. I'm like, wait, do you like not have a picture of one of your nudes online when you look up your name, or like is that just me? I'm just like, I don't know. Like I feel like I thought everybody has the leaked picture of them online somewhere.
You're yourself. You're like, come on, guys.
Yeah, like come on, guys, leak. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I literally don't have anything like leak worthy that I'd like be super insecure about, honestly. But no, yeah, I've thought about that a lot.
And it's also like I'd rather leak it myself than it be leaked.
I've always said that, and that's the tea. But like, unless I mean, you're like doing it for fun, but like if it's like an OnlyFans thing, like people obviously don't want their stuff to get leaked because that's why people have DMCA teams that like get it taken down or whatever. Yeah. So when like money's involved, like you almost don't want it to get leaked. But like when you're posting it for fun and like sexual liberation, like it's more of like I'd rather leak it myself before anybody else leaks it. Oh my gosh, I forget like when I was like in my like wholesome era, like, and I always say like different wholesome eras, but like there used to be a time online where like I wasn't gay. No, I'm kidding. Well, that too. Straight, but like, where like I like would never talk about anything like this. I'm like, not me having like a disassociation moment on the pod. I'm like, no, but like literally,
we start getting sentimental. We're like, but honestly, like during that time, I was just struggling.
We're struggling, no. But yeah, that's the tea.
I feel like we should get into our peak in our pits though.
A peak in our pits. Okay, yeah, I forgot that's what we did. It's been a little bit since
we. Let's just round up like the biggest. Oh,
the biggest, strongest, hardest. No, I'm kidding. Oh my gosh, I literally. Wait, guys, can I say something? Let me like be very like break the fourth wall.
I see you.
I feel like we're so sexual on this podcast. We see you. I see you watching. We're Stop so sexual. No, keep eating those chips. I'm like, we don't want to get canceled. No, I'm kidding. I feel you're crazy. I feel like we always talk on the podcast like we're the craziest bitches ever. And are we?
I genuinely feel like we are.
Because here's my thing.
Because I don't see no one else saying.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's like kind of like a moment I've been having recently as I'm getting older and shit. It's like, wait, everything I'm saying online is fully because I'm saying it online. Like, nobody's telling me to say this. Nobody has a gun to my head telling me to say this. Like, I'm saying it because I want to.
The guy in the corner right now is like,
no, he's like, fucking say it. But I don't know. I feel like the people I grew up online just kind of taught me to be like this.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes I see other influencers and they're saying crazy stuff online. I'm like, how the fuck are they saying shit like that? But I'm like, wait, we've all literally been like fed by Tana Mojo for like the past 10 years or something. So like I just be spilling everything going off. And then I'm like, wait, obviously I know that like I don't want like a corporate job or whatever, but like, oh my gosh, like if I were to be like applying for college right now, like would I not get in because of everything I'm saying online?
I don't think they check that deep, but then again, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, like I've been doing it, and like where we are.
Oh wait, true, yeah, but I just like don't know, or like I was thinking, like before, like when I was in high school, like obviously I didn't have an like OnlyFans or whatever, and now I have one. It's like, oh, what if I were to like? Well, I mean, I guess it's a little different now to like apply to college this late, but like even anything, like, does that like affect it? I'm like, oh my gosh, but at the same time, like I just would rather live my life like freely and more fun, and like whatever I'm comfortable with doing, I'd rather do. But it's just like actually crazy. I'm like, wow, people actually look at this differently.
Exactly. In low-key, I feel like I was gonna say this. I feel like we say what we do, but most influencers don't like.
Yeah, they don't say that because literally it's like we've gone to so many things. I've gone to so many places, guys, where I see like the biggest influencers literally snorting cocaine, like literally doing hard drugs. Like I literally could say like 3 influencers that you would actually fall on your face if you heard about them doing coke. Like literally, but I've seen it, I've smelt it. Wait, not I've smelt it. Wait. Boom. No, I haven't. No, I've seen it. I've seen the whole narrative, you guys. Literally, like
I've been it.
Like one time, guys, like I was at this big ass party. And this manager of an extremely big celebrity influencer, I'll literally tell you. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
She was at a party, and then there was like this back room of like this private, like velvet, like couch, like curtain area. And like I'm like walking back because I didn't know it was back there. And she like pulls out the curtain. She's like, "You trying to do coke?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Wrong place." And like closes her curtain on me. I'm like, "Girl, what the hell? Like, aren't you fully like on YouTube like fucking making a pizza or something?" Like,
oh my god.
Yeah, I know. But like I've seen a lot of people do like that. So yeah, Oscar's right. Like we kind of just
like these influencers will show you like the nice side, but they won't show you like the little dark side thing.
No, literally.
I'd rather just give it to how it is.
No, and that's how literally. Okay, that happened to me the other day with like the Boohoo event. I got invited to a Boohoo event, guys. These are Boohoo men. Love you.
Okay.
Literally like Boohoo. We literally went out to WeHo and I was like super hungover. And then I woke up the next day to a message being like, "Hi, we love your content. We want you to come to Boohoo one of these days." Like the next week was available. I was like, "I'll fucking go today in the next hour." They're like, "Perfect." So I got ready, immediately went, but I filmed like a get ready with me to go. One for content, but two because I had to film it if I wanted free clothes. And I filmed a get ready with me and I was like, "Guys, I'm so fucking hungover. I drank so fucking much last night. Let's fucking go to Boohoo Man." And then I'm like, I was at Louis Castro's event till 5 a.m. last night. Like, I'm so blacked out. Like, I did drugs. No, I'm kidding. But, like, basically at that point, I should have said it.
Yeah.
And then the whole vlog was, like, a wholesome vlog of, like, me getting ready, going to Boohoo Man. Oh, yeah. And then I posted it. And I'm like, "Thank you, Boohoo Man."
That was the funniest TikTok you posted because you were just like, "Bro, I don't even know what's going on." And then 2 like minutes later, you're just like, "Hi, guys. This is me."
No, literally, like, trying on clothes in the bathroom at Boohoo. Like, but when I was filming that video, I was like, "Oh, this is me. This is real. This is the vibe. Like, this is just what I do." But then as I was there, I realized, wait, Boohoo's like very serious. And it was like a headquarters and it was super bougie and super clean aesthetic. And like all these big ass models were walking in and out who have like 300K on Instagram who just like look like fucking like gods and goddesses. Like literally, I was like, "Oh, wow. Like maybe I'm the problem." Like, I don't know. But
I think it's being real.
Yeah, I filmed my vlog, I posted or whatever, and I tagged Boohoo. And I don't know how Boohoo is. Like some companies usually will comment on your TikTok. So I kind of expected Boohoo to comment, but they didn't. That's fine. They're huge. But I was like, wait, like did they not comment because I'm being like too fucking real? Like, are they like, who the fuck let this man into our headquarters? Like here he is like ranting about how drunk he is and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh, I was so nervous about that. But then I posted an Instagram picture and they commented. So I was like, okay, they love me again and hopefully they'll invite me to the next event. Yeah. But like, no, it's true. Like with the whole thing, like we really talk about everything we do. And like, it's really a hit or miss if people are going to take it the right way or not. People or brands, like literally brands, we love you. Please work with us. Like, I promise I'm a good person, good morals, good vibes.
I think it's just literally like the influencers do these things, but they just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So I just like, I'd rather like it just be said than what the reality is.
And I feel like the whole like trajectory of like a content creator, like in my shoes, it's like I do get scared sometimes because I'm like, wait, like, am I never gonna get brand deals anymore because I'm so crazy? Like, this is like an actual thing. Like, like, am I only gonna get fucking like brand deals for like vibrators and shit? Like, like a lot of content creators are. But I kind of figured out my niche recently, and I feel like it's really like I just want to do whatever the fuck I want, do whatever I got to do to get myself and my family out of like generational like kind of poverty or whatever. Like we grew up okay, but we don't got money like that at all. So like that's kind of my main priority. But then also just like being myself during it, even if that like ruins my opportunity for brands, like I'd rather just make a bunch of money my own way and then be able to like create my own system or like production company or something for people like me and Oscar, people like me and Oscar, or like influencers like us that are more like rogue, more like PG-13, more like I don't give a fuck. Yeah. And like, like Netflix might not want to work with you, but my production company will, or like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of my vibe that I like kind of gave myself recently.
And I think as all progressively, it all works out. Like the more like brands that do want to work with you, there's going to be even more brands.
Yeah. Like it just takes one brand to really like take a chance on you.
And then at some point, it's going to be like so many brands want to get at you that the big ones are going to be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at this point. With
Thank you, Boohoo. Boohoo, you're my catalyst. Boohoo. Love you, Boohoo. Oh yeah. But they were telling me, they're like, oh my gosh, like we love your content. Like we want to invite you to all of our events. They said they're having like a party next weekend with Gunna. And I'm like, the fuck? Like imagine me going. Gunna like, I was like, hey, what's up? He's like, you little gay boy, get the fuck out of here.
I can't with you.
Anyways.
But that would be like your peak?
Oh wait, I forgot we were talking about Vegan Vids. My peak, I feel like the peak since we just started filming, or since the last time we filmed, was just like slowly getting my life back together. Because after I really realized that after Hawaii, Coachella, San Diego, and then just the past week of going out so much, and then now Pride coming up, and then I want to go to Connecticut in the summer. It's just so much happening. So like, yeah, just getting myself together, my business together. That's probably my peak. And then my pit was probably the fact that I missed my therapy session a couple of days ago and they charged me $180, which is so annoying. Like, I want to talk about that. Like, literally, like, if you're going to therapy, like, you're probably already begging. So the fact that if you miss a therapy session, they charge you like quadruple, even more. Like a typical session, $15. If I miss it, $180 plus the $15. It's like, just take my $15, take a free session. Like, I didn't show up, you still get paid. But no, they charged that much. So I was pissed. And this is the second time it's happened within like probably the past month and a half. And like, that's a lot of money. Like, like, so now I feel like almost like the sense of like, I want to take a break on therapy because it's like now the next time I go to therapy, I'm gonna convince myself that like I'm paying $200 a session because I just did that. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like that's a little OD. Like, I need help, but like paying $200 a session is fucking crazy. So I know it's not like against me or anything, but that really annoyed me and kind of like gave me a wake up call that I need to like start waking up earlier and get my life together and shit like that because I have insomnia. I go to bed so late, and the problem is that I go to bed so late, like literally for everything. Like,
I feel the same way too. I feel like, why am I falling asleep at 4 a.m?
No, literally. I feel like it's like I honestly like. Do you remember when like you were younger and like it was summer and like you would like stay up to really late with like the AC on?
Oh,
and like you would just like be in your room with like your LED lights and
Yeah.
like on your phone
Yeah.
and like it was a vibe.
Yeah.
Like that was like so. Whenever I feel like that, like I like it. But like recently, my 4 a.m.s have turned into like stuffing my face with ice cream, like smoking a fat joint, like watching like a scary like podcast. Like I don't know, guys. It
I would
just turned
also
different.
never wake up tired after those nights, but now
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
like
know.
I'm becoming old, and I'm just like, wow, I'm tired.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Is that really why? I don't.
Or maybe it's just that I be drinking now instead of like
Yeah,
going to sleep.
yeah, exactly.
I
Oh
don't
my gosh,
know.
yeah. I need to stop fucking drinking, but at the same time, I don't think drinking is like that bad. Normalize drinking.
Normalize being an alcoholic.
No, I don't know. I just feel like drinking is fun sometimes.
Yeah.
And like in this type of world, like we need to have fun.
I'm excited for the Pride.
Yeah, Pride's gonna be fun or whatever. Okay, but what are your peak and your pit?
I'll start with my pick because let's get the negativity out of here.
Yeah, no
So
TTT.
I tried doing 75 hard. Okay, I tried. I was doing good. I was on my 4th day, and then it was the weekend. I got invited, and they were like, "Let's go."
That's it, and that's always how it is. It's just the weekend you got to make it through.
So
Like this weekend, I stayed in on Sunday or Saturday, and it was like such a big deal. Even though I was like Pablo's. Oh, and actually, I stayed in on Sunday. I stayed in last night, and as I should. It's a Sunday, so but I like gave myself so much. That's Lord's Day. I was going to say that's Chick-fil-A's day, but it's not. Okay, so your hit was that,
and then my peak would definitely be probably just getting back into my like rhythm, whatever.
Yeah,
because I feel like I finally feel like I can manage a lot of things now.
Yeah,
like I literally posted a TikTok and I was like, "Wow, look at me managing."
Yeah, guys,
time.
Oscar.
I'm so proud of it.
Oscar's definition of managing time is posting a TikTok.
I am because before I would be like so stressed out, but I had time. I felt comfortable doing it. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay, wow.
No, that's T. I get that. Oh my gosh, yeah. I feel like people don't really give props enough to like filming something because going somewhere is already so much work, but filming and editing and posting, that's actually like a really big thing because literally, like, think about it, like the girlies that take 3 hours to get ready, right? As they should, they can take their time to get ready. But imagine like a girlie who's like an influencer trying to film her day. It's like she also has to now do all that. Not saying it's hard work, but it actually is kind of like you have to fit it into your day.
Because like editing, like if you really want to make it look good or whatever, it's like it takes some time.
And then you want to post before you leave, but it's usually hard to do that. Like I'm literally always like filming right before going out, editing in the car on the way there, like finishing it up as I'm at the table. Like I always do that. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But okay, that's T.
But I think that would definitely be my peak.
Your peak in your pit. Oh my gosh, we should talk about what happened this weekend at WeHo.
I was gonna tell you
that was literally fucking crazy. I did get the pass too. No, literally it was scary because yesterday I was on live and like it was like a smaller live and I was like, oh my gosh, guys, should I tell you T? And then he came on the live. He's like, I give you permission. I'm like, where did you literally come from? But we should tell the T.
Okay.
I don't want to like get too involved into it because I hope these influencers like don't like find out and hate us. But at the same time, like I think I just saw what I saw. And I'll just tell what I saw.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, why is it so like problematic to talk about what you saw?
Yeah.
It's just so drama.
It's just I don't know like what's going on, but there's like I don't know. Like normalize being nice.
No, yeah, I think it was just more so about people being mean, like influencers that you see online with like tens of millions of followers being mean. Because what I didn't know is that one of the people that were there were literally like at like the Oscars. We're like literally like at at these huge events, and then here they are like stumbling around WeHo super drunk, letting their friends like hit other people and like go off on their faces and stuff when they're like online promoting positivity and change.
Exactly. There's one thing about like getting into an argument with someone, but the moment you put your hands on someone, I feel like that's like too much.
Yeah, that's so spooky.
And then the moment that you start putting numbers and being like, oh, you're just like, I have more followers than you. I'm like, you think I care about you? Like let's be so for real.
Let's be so for real. Also, guys, like there's one thing about WeHo. WeHo's fun, a great place to like feel great and like open and like freedom or whatever. But if you're like an influencer and you're going to WeHo, you're a certain type of influencer. And like that's fine. I'm one of those influencers as well. But it's like you don't see major influencers going to like WeHo or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to WeHo, like you're going to have a good time and that's amazing. But let's not act like you're any better than anyone else there. You know what I mean? Like, you're at WeHo. Like, so. But like, I feel like it all just started. That night was like pretty chaotic and messy. I feel like we should start from the beginning because it was messy, even on my behalf. Like, me and my boyfriend were fighting, but like we were fake fighting. We were just confused on what was happening, and then like everybody else started like slowly getting involved in the drama, and then Oscar started fighting with his ex, like or whatever. I don't know what happened, but I kind of feel bad because I feel like I instigated your ex crying. But we'll get into that.
Oh no, but it was like no, there was nothing bad. It was like I just started feeling like everything was going down. I was like, we need to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like going to WeHo that night, I wasn't gonna go out. Like I had no plan to, and I went live right before, and I was making my jewelry, and I was like, guys, like I have a goal tonight. Like let's sell 6 or 7 pieces of jewelry, yada yada. Then Drew started guessing me on my live, being like, let's go out, and I was like, no, I have to hit my goal. So Drew made it a whole thing of like, guys, let Pablo hit his goal. If he hits his goal, he's going out. I was like, I never said that. He's like, you said. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, yeah, if I hit my goal, I'll go out. I bought
a necklace.
And then Oscar bought a necklace because he wanted one. So like my goal went up one, whatever. Everybody was contributing so that I could get a fucking trip to WeHo. I don't know. I always remember the thank you PayPal TikTok I posted.
Thank you PayPal. That was the funniest thing.
That was so funny. Anyways, yeah, no, but like everybody was trying to get me to go. Anyways, I hit my goal. Oscar got his ass here. Oscar was already on his way to my fucking house before I even said yes. He already had an alcohol, buzzball, beatbox, literally everything in his mother. So
his mother comes out.
His mother comes out of the fucking trunk. She's like, "Hola, para tomar." Anyways, so at this point, Drew, he comes to my house. Lewis is here. Oscar comes. We all end up at my house. We go to Oscar's car and we start driving to WeHo. I feel like a big thing about WeHo is the WeHo library. Like a lot of people know about the WeHo library parking lot because that's like where you go to pregame. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Everyone's pregaming there.
Yeah, like that's like Oscar's spot. I never knew about that spot because whenever I used to go to WeHo when I was like the king of WeHo or whatever, I would go by myself, get dropped off. But like Oscar loves the narrative of like showing up sober, drinking there, and then staying till as humanly late as possible to sober up so that we can go home the next day. But that's fine. But that literally can lead into like 6:30 in the morning at that point because we don't want to get in the car, obviously, as we shouldn't. Yeah. But it's like a whole thing. So that's what we did. We got in the car. We were like pre-gaming or whatever. And then this is when Oscar's friend came into the car. I feel like you should take on the story from there.
Okay.
And then I'll get back into it. We'll just like keep passing it off.
Yeah. So like I was very much trying to like when I get to WeHo, I'm like trying to like mentally put myself in there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, like this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, like I know how a WeHo trip goes around here nowadays.
He was like chugging his drinks.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, I have to like catch up. Like everyone had already drinking a little bit, but so I always feel like I have to play catch up, which I don't mind.
Because he's driving, so he doesn't obviously. Yeah.
I don't want to do the whole like narrative or whatever. So I was like, let me catch up. Let me like see the narrative. Then my friend joins us. And like he's already on the like the WeHo level. And
yeah, he's already drunk as fuck. But the thing is like we didn't. Did you know you were gonna see him?
Huh? Well, part of me, he told me he was like gonna go.
So but you didn't know. Like we literally ran into him right as we got into the parking lot, which made him get right into our car. The only reason why this is important is because the drama kind of surrounds him, and like this is kind of like the introduction as to how he got into our group for the night. That makes sense.
So we were all like drinking. We were like, I think it's pretty fun. We were like pre-gaming, whatever.
Just like listening to music, drinking.
Exactly. So we start walking.
We start walking up the hill to go to WeHo.
And then we looked at the sky.
We looked at the sky, saw full moon, and I was like, that's when I know something's gonna fucking go down tonight. Okay. Honestly, no, it was like some kind of moon that I looked at, and I was like, oh shit, is that the tea tonight? We'll see.
And lucky, I feel like everything was going fine. I mean, we saw people. We saw like some friends, whatever. We said hi to them. We were getting drinkies. I feel like it was fine, but at some point I started realizing that I was too sober, and I was like, all right, I need to get more drinks.
Yeah.
And it was like feeling like the vibes were a little iffy from the jump.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good either, but it was just like iffy vibes.
The drinks weren't hitting me at all. Like,
exactly.
I don't know why. Like that's why me and Oscar had to immediately go to Fiesta Cantina to get a drink there, because that's like where the most stuff is. Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you what happened with like me and what happened with like me and your friend.
With who?
Well, our friend, but like more so your friend. The guy that we're with. Yeah. The one who this is about. I don't know if we should say his name.
I mean, I don't really care. I don't think he cares.
Wait, let's give him an alias name just for fun.
Okay,
let's name him Rocky.
What the?
I don't know. Rocky.
All right, Rocky.
Okay, guys. So Rocky's the boy that we met up with, the one who saw us in the parking lot. And when we were all walking or whatever, Lewis, like my boyfriend, like we suddenly got in like a really fake argument about something. I think we were just a little bit drunkies and confused to the point where we were like kind of bickering back and forth. And it was at a point where like everybody was noticing, which is fine. Like we obviously wanted to stop because there was no need to like make the night shitty or whatever. But then it started because Drew, like our friend, started getting involved, and he was like, "Oh Pablo, oh Lewis, oh Pablo," but like he's kept getting involved. Like whenever we were arguing, like he would get involved, and it was only happening for like 15 minutes, but he would just get involved. So I would have to. I literally looked at Drew. I was like, "Drew, respectfully, stay out of it." And I was like, "Oop," because like not me telling like my friend to stay out of it, but I'm like, "Stay out of it." He's like, "Okay." Then we go into Fiesta Cantina, which is where we go to get the other drinks, where I'm like starting to feel my drunkies or whatever. And then me and Lewis are like kind of arguing in the corner for like 2 minutes. And then literally your friend Rocky comes in. I'm not even that close with Rocky, but he's closer with Rocky, but I don't care at all. We're good. He literally like walks up to us and just immediately like ducks down and puts his head like in the between us, like listening to our conversation. And then like Lewis is like a little bit drunk, so he's just talking. He doesn't care that he's listening, but I hear that he's listening. And then I'm like, I literally look at Rocky. I'm like, Rocky, leave, go, bye. And he was like, what? I was like, Rocky, leave. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh wait, Rocky told me about that.
He told you?
Like I would look because he went up to me. He's like, wait, I feel really bad. I was like, well, you're stupid. And I was like,
yeah, I don't know why he did that.
Like, I'm like, you need to like, I'm like, this whole narrative, because this is when I was starting to feel iffy because the drink, I chugged it fine. I was awake.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's fine. Like you just need to like, because then at that point Drew was also telling me, he's like, I feel bad, and I was like, you guys just need to give him their space, like this is none of your guys' business.
Yeah, no, literally.
I was like, and I know what's going on here.
Yeah, so
I'm a veteran.
He's a veteran. So and then anyways, we ended up, we were fine, we were good, we continued to all have a good night or whatever. And then this is when the drama started to happen with the influencers. It was 3 influencers, one of them being like one of the like really big influencer, like I would say like one of the higher ups of just like funny influencers. And that is when he saw them. And I feel like it's very normal for Rocky to see like influencer friends that he's friends with, you know?
Because I feel like he's very close to like influencer friends.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm not sure what actually happened, because I was like, I don't know where I was, but I wasn't looking. I'm like, I don't know what I was doing.
Okay.
But I did remember being like, my friend was like, oh, like noticed the influencer and was like, oh, like hi, like going.
But we saw them twice.
We did?
Yeah, we saw them the first time.
The...
We saw them. We literally were just walking. He saw them the first time. He like jumped, say hi to all of them, and they kind of gave like a weird, dirty look, but like nothing too crazy. And then we just continued on with our night. And then we saw them the second time, which is where he ran up to them again, and then like the whole situation happened.
Yeah.
So like the first time, I kind of peeped like the vibes were off, but they were friends. Apparently, they hung out the entire day before. Like they're friends. Yeah. So like it was very interesting for the energy to be off.
Exactly. So Rocky was telling me beforehand that him and this influencer, they were literally hanging out the day prior. Like they were, because apparently that influencer was feeling sad and down, and then Rocky was like, oh, I just feel bad, like I'll just be there for them, like as support, whatever. So Rocky goes up to him and says that for the second time, was like, oh, like hi guys, like where are you guys going, like are you guys gonna cross the street, like I'll make sure y'all get there safe. At this point I didn't see what happened, but at this point I heard Pablo being like, oh my god, he just hit him. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, what? And I was like, it was very like, and then my friend Rocky goes up to me, he's like, oh my fucking god, like all mad. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, like I just missed everything.
Yeah.
And then
but I feel like what I saw though was like the second time that we saw them. And also, guys, keep in mind, like when you're at WeHo with friends, it's kind of like common courtesy. Like if you're friends with somebody and then you get into a group of other friends, like you guys usually like all say hi or whatever. So you know what I mean? Like it's like if you're with a group of friends and I'm with a group of friends and I see you, we're probably all gonna say hi. So that's kind of like what you expect. So I feel like as we're all like walking to see them the second time, it was more of like a hey moment. But then he like, I remember he immediately like jumped and was like, what's up guys? Like I'm having so much fun. What's up? What's up? And then they all give him like the dirtiest look. And then the 2 boys that were with the one girl, they started walking across the street, like super like annoyed and mad and fast. And then the girl, she took like 2 seconds too long to walk across the street, to the point where like she almost walked down, got like hit by a car or something. So Rocky grabbed her and was like, hey, relax, like be careful, be careful. And he like saved her literally. And then she again gave him like a dirty look. And then that's when I saw the 2 boys like walk across the street like super fucking mad. And then they walk up to Rocky and they're like, get the fuck away from us, and like slap him like so pedaling, like catty, like such a catty hit, like but so fucking hard, like slaps the fuck out of him on his arms, like get the fuck away from us, you weirdo, like we don't want you, bye. And like just grabs the girl and like walks away. And he's like, what the fuck? Because the girl was somebody that he was friends with, just hung out with the day before, helped her out with her issues. and like they're being all like weird or whatever. So he's like, what the fuck? And they just walk away. I was like, are you okay? He's like, I don't know why they just hit me. Why did he just hit me? Like, why did my close friend just let one of her friends hit me? Like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah.
He's like, man, that makes me not even want to be friends with her anymore. Like, what the fuck? Like, let's go have fun. Let's go into a different club or something so that we can just have fun, like have our own vibe or whatever. Because if I see them, I'm going to be super mad. I'm going to get mad. I was like, okay, that makes sense. So we go to beaches. And then as we're going into beaches to avoid them, that is when Drew like gets into like his little drunky episode. And he's like, I want to go home. Like, I want to go home. Like Drew like got really drunk and just started thinking that like he was ruining the night when he wasn't. And then it turned into like us taking care of him or whatever, being like, are you okay? What's wrong? He's like, I just want to go home. Like, I'm so drunk. I want to go home. We're like, okay, like, let's get you an Uber home. And then I remember that's when Rocky went up to Drew and he was like, oh, like, are you okay? What's wrong? And then Drew was like, stop fucking talking to me. Like, stop fucking. So, like, I don't know why. I think he was just drunk or whatever and started like spewing out, like, just stop talking to me. Like, that kind of information to other people. And then Rocky was like, wait, what? What did I do? He's like, I don't fucking want to talk to you right now. And then that's when I realized, okay, we have to get him home. But then that's literally when Drew runs into a random pizza shop because he wants pizza because he's so drunk. And we chase after him. And he runs into the pizza shop where the three influencers literally just walked into and are sitting down eating their pizza, actively talking shit about the situation that just happened. Keep in mind, we're not involved. We don't care. We have no beef with these people, but we're obviously with our friend. And it's awkward and it makes it look like we're like following them or whatever.
Exactly.
And do you remember what happened when Drew got his pizza?
Yeah, so I remember like he had gotten his pizza and he went to go sit next to them, no?
Yeah.
And then he was like sit next to them and then
he literally got his pizza and then sat directly next to them. Like he like out of all the possible chairs that were there, he just like for some reason just drunkenly like sat right at their table right next to them, opened up his Pepsi can and just started drinking it with his pizza next to the funny guy on TikTok with 10 million followers. Like what the fuck? It was so, but it would have been fine, I guess, like if we were drunk or whatever, but it was just like they actively knew we were a part of his group. And here we are running into the pizza place they were just at, sitting at their table, and they're all like giving us dirty looks or whatever. Yeah. And then that's when Rocky like walks up to them and he's like, hey guys, I'm sorry. Like they're just drunk. They don't know what's going on, even though they actively just fought. And then the guy that hit him gets up and he's like, get the fuck away. Don't you realize we want nothing to fucking do with you? Don't you ever get tired of being a clout chasing fucking snake with nothing to your name? You'll never be nothing. We want nothing to do with you. Get the like scream, but like not even just like but like screaming in the middle of this place, clapping in his face, screaming. And keep in mind, Brennan,
he doesn't care.
I don't know why
he doesn't care.
Rocky like doesn't. Rocky,
just say Brennan. I'm like, he doesn't care at
all. He's like tall. Like he could have actively maybe started a fight and probably like won something. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like it was like, why are you getting so aggressive? And like, it was just so random. He's like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
And then that's when I saw. That's when
he saw. And like here we are, chopped in the corner, like at their table because Drew's eating his pizza drunk. And I'm like, and Oscar's like, Pablo, let's go. So I grabbed her. I'm like, let's go. I pull him out of that. They finished their conversation. And then he walks out. And then unfortunately, Rocky left. And the night ended for him because that was obviously a lot.
It was just low-key. Okay, so this is what happened. So then at this point, it was like very awkward. So Rocky ends up leaving. And I was like, okay, like he just walked out of nowhere. And I was like, oh my God, like I felt bad. So I walked out to him. I was like, hey, are you okay? But at this point, Pablo stayed with Drew because Drew was like, he was out. Yeah. Like, I think his pizza fell or something.
Yeah, his pizza fell on the floor.
I'm like talking to Rocky and I was like, it's fine. Like, just ignore them. Like, whatever. Like, they're probably drunk. I'm just trying to like justify. I'm like, be the mediator. Like, always. Like, oh my God, whatever. So we end up walking back and then we can pick up Pablo, whatever. And as we're walking back out to the club, another influencer that
who?
High Tops, remember?
High Tops.
It's the influencer that was rude to us.
Yes, I do. I remember now.
The op.
Yeah, the op. Yeah, the one that was like, who told me like, is your name Pedro? Haha, same thing. Like the racist influencer.
The one that kicked trash.
Yeah, the one that kicked the trash can and everything. Yeah, we saw them as we were walking. There was just like a lot of ops, a lot of people walking around. Not even like actual ops, but just people that like it's just awkward to see in public or whatever. Yeah. And then even to the point where like the op who was the one who like was the racist influencer in that one TikTok we talked about. When we saw them, they were with another group of people that I'm kind of friends with. So I remember at one point like walking by them and being like, hey guys, and like they all kind of just like stared at me for a second, like dead blank, and I think they didn't really recognize who I was at first. But then they're like, oh hey Pablo, we love you. But like that just added more like chaos into the night because I was like, wait, did they only say that because they felt bad, or did they say that because they actually love me or whatever? I don't know. And then Drew kept trying to order different Ubers to get home, but he couldn't because he was so drunk. He kept missing them, kept getting canceled on. It was so crazy, so dramatic. Lewis was being drunk, like jumping around, running around. Me and Oscar were like the only like normal ones.
Yeah.
Like we kept saying like, wow, we're the only like coherent ones right now.
I
Like,
know this is the first time where me and Paul were like, we're looking at each other and we're like,
wow, we really like did
Sober.
that. Like we're sober, we're fine. Well, we weren't like sober, but like we were like okay.
Yeah.
So we were kind of just watching everyone else, and then this is literally when we take a seat randomly, and there's a boy right next to us,
Like
and then right next to us,
guys, like literally like I see
like that. And then Oscar looks at me and he goes, "That's homeboy from December." Which, if you guys remember, when Oscar was taken and then single the next episode, that was that. But they were talking for like months and months. But yeah, we sat right next to him, and that was probably one of Oscar's like more serious relationships. So that was probably awkward to experience.
So it just got crazy because what we were already sitting down, but then I looked to the side and I was like, and then my heart sank because I'm like, holy shit, like we haven't talked in so long. Like he has a new boyfriend, that boyfriend that he's talking to now, I used to talk to.
That's crazy.
But never ended off with bad terms with any of them, with either of them, because I feel like I'm in my peace era. Like, let's meditate. Let's no problem, please.
Yeah.
Because I feel like honestly I get really stressed out with like
me too.
Like,
beef.
Yeah. So
I hate beef.
Normalize being kind.
Yeah.
And then Drew starts talking to December homeboy.
He does?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Talking to him. I was like, oh my god. And then you were like, you're like, Drew, come over here right now.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, I remember that. We literally just sat right next to him. Nobody knew, to the point where Drew just started talking to him. But Oscar was like freaking out. But guys, I didn't know the severity of the boy that Oscar was talking to or who he was or literally anything. So when I heard that it was Oscar's like ex or whatever, and I thought it was more of like a fuck you moment, I was like, oh my gosh, guys, like, oh no, I think at one point Oscar was like, guys, everyone smile, like let's all pretend we're smiling, like laughing, like haha, like let's, because like he was right next to us, we're like haha, and then I was like, oh my gosh, guys, on the count of 3, like everyone laugh like really loud, like let's act like we're having a good time. So I'm like 3, 2, 1. We all start laughing so fucking loud, guys, like obnoxiously, like start laughing as if we're having a good time. And this boy is right next to us, and all I see is his ex just get up and like sprint off away, just like walk away, like really, really fast. And then like as he's doing that, Oscar's like, no way, bitch. Like, no way, bitch. Like, I know what's about to happen. Like, oh, like, ew. Like, I know what's happening right now. I know. I'm like, what's happening? Literally, what's happening? And like 1 minute later, his ex comes walking back, 1 foot in front of us, bawling his eyes out, like with his ex holding him in his hands. And I was
but
like,
they were like very much like my ex was just walking ahead and being like, oh my god, leave me alone. So earlier at the club, I didn't say this, but I had seen my ex and I saw him and I was like, we have no beef. There's no problem. Like we just ended off on good terms, whatever. I looked at him. We just said hi to each other because we made eye contact. And at that point, it's like, I just said hi and he was like, said hi to me back. And I was like, okay, that's it. Nothing too serious. And then at some point I started realizing that he had texted me, and I think it was like later on Tuesday night. I was like, holy shit, he texted me. And I would just reply to him. I was like, hey, like, I don't think you should be texting me. Like, I mean, like, no beef or nothing. I just like, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't want my boyfriend texting.
Oh my gosh, this turned really real.
I just said it like how it was. I was like, I just don't want, like, I don't think it should, like, if I was your boyfriend, I wouldn't want you to be texting your ex. Like, let's be so for real.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I said. And then at that point, I hadn't checked my phone. So I was just sitting down, and then I was like, holy shit. And then everything started clicking. And then, so once they walked away, they would come back one more time. And I was like, oh, and they're still walking. They're like chasing each other. It's like very much like a very like, it's about to get intense.
Yeah, it's like it was giving very intense. Like they were like arguing or crying or fighting or something. But it also was giving like, not performative, but like it was just all right in front of Oscar. Like it was a little too much.
Yeah.
But like I don't know this person at all. I didn't mean to like make anybody laugh, to make anyone cry. I don't think that's what the intention was. I think we just felt awkward and we're trying to like make it look like we were like still conversating or whatever. But that must have been really awkward for you, especially because like the two boys that are dating were both your exes. So that's a little awkward. Not exes, but just people you
But there's only one ex. The other person was just more so just like a quick hookup.
Yeah.
Thing. But even then, it was just like, oh my god,
that's so tea.
And then at that point, I looked at Paul. I was like, bitch, I think we need to leave.
That's so
And that's the
tea.
first time we were both deciding. We're like, yep, let's
Yeah,
go.
I was like, I think it's time to go, and
But
we both just left. But that was like the first time we've actively like decided, like, yeah, it's the best decision to go. Like, it was spooky.
and on the way back, there was like ops everywhere. Like in the park, there was one right there, one right there. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh, also guys, like,
We're like,
while the whole pizza thing was happening, and I was trying to like take care of Drew, like he started getting drunk again and started like directing his madness at me, and then like the same thing he did to Brandon, he did to me, where he was like, "Stop fucking talking to me," and I was like, okay, bye. And I like left him for like 5 minutes because I was like, the fuck? Like,
yeah.
why are you so rude? But then I came back. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Like, it was just like everybody was like in a different element. Like, it was just drama.
I was getting scared. I was.
Yeah. But that was like our most recent experience. But I don't know. I feel like I always like hate on it, but I like it was funny. It was a fun moment.
It was
a
fun because
vibe.
I feel like we weren't involved in anything.
Yeah, and it's always fun to like kind of watch and like look
Yeah.
around. Also, there was like people being chased because they were pickpocketing and taking wallets and taking passports and phones. Like, it was a fucking crime city that night.
Bitch,
Like, I don't know, Gotham City.
like,
was
what the fuck is
happening or
Batman?
whatever.
Like,
No, yeah, and we like went around everywhere. Oh my gosh, we didn't talk about the Camila Cabello experience either.
yes.
Yeah, the weekend before, guys, we also went to WeHo. Like, literally before we were about to go, I saw online that Camila Cabello was performing with Lil Nas. So we went to the club, waited like an hour, 2 hours. We didn't know if she was gonna come out. And last minute she came out. We were like front row to watch her. She took my phone, brought it on stage, literally filmed a whole video. It's on my TikTok. Like, it was the craziest moment ever. And love Camila. And it was like a free front row concert. And like there were so many other like of Camila's friends at the club. I feel like WeHo has been popping a lot recently.
Yeah, low key. I just remember the good old days when it was just.
Yeah. And Kalani was there like 2 weeks ago. Jojo C was there every other day. Every influencer and their mother, even the ones that will hit you on the hand.
Even the racist ones.
Yeah, literally every single influencer, even the funny ones like us. I'm kidding. But no, yeah, I don't know. I feel like WeHo is such an ego trip for me because I always meet so many followers there, and I'm like, wait, why are you guys so nice? Like, it's crazy that like anytime I go to WeHo, it's always like I meet a lot of people, and I'm just like, wait, oh, it's just like weird because like here I am like during the week like in my house like sad, depressed, like live every day with my shirt off, like, and then like I go to WeHo and everyone's like, I love you, like you changed my life. I'm like, wait, oh, like really? Thank you.
Oh my god! Then at the Louis Castro event, that was
fun. We went to the Louis Castro event. Oh my gosh,
I honestly had the funnest night there.
That was a fun night. Yeah, we didn't get invited. I was like saying we got invited last minute. We did not get invited. Drew, who's friends with people there, was invited. So he invited us to go. And he was like, oh, we can do VIP. We can be at the VIP tables, which are like with Louis and everyone. And we're like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, why not? So I kind of told Oscar last minute. Oscar literally called out of work. Like I called. How does that even work for you when you call out of work?
Huh?
Like when you call out? Because like I called you and I was like, oh, like, are you going to Louis' event or something? And you're like, no, I had work, but I've been wanting to go. Should I call out? And I was like, yeah. And then 2 minutes later, you're like, I called out. Aren't you like a manager? Like, how does that work?
Well, it gets serious. I mean, at that point, it's just like I decided whether or not
you decided if you should get fired or if you should black out in Pomona.
Yeah, it's because like it was right there too, and I love their vibe. Like I literally love like Louis.
He loves Louis.
They're just, I think they're really funny. I think they're honestly, like, in the few times that I have met them, they're like very nice and very genuine. So I'm like, one of the very few influencers that I actually really fuck with that are really nice.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's go. And it was literally 5 minutes away from my house. I was like,
yeah, it's an hour away from me, but it's 5 minutes from Oscar. So I was like, okay, if we're gonna go, we might as well tell Oscar. We might as well make it a thing, pregame or whatever. So we made it a thing, which was exciting and it was fun. But guys, we all got like really drunk that night. That was the first night when I like almost blacked out. Like on the way home, I was about to throw up in the car. I was counting the minutes for the Uber to be back home. Like I never get like that. It's usually like Oscar or Lewis or something.
Too.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But honestly, it was really fun because this was the tease. So literally like me, Drew, and Lewis, we all went together. We Ubered to Oscar so that we could drink in the car on the way there. But then on the way there, the promoter who was going to get us into VIP was like, you guys need to get there right at 10:30 or else I can't get you guys in. You guys are going to have to be GA. And you guys know it's like really hard being GA as an influencer. It's just like dangerous. Like people, I'm kidding, not. But we were like, okay, like yeah. So we changed the location. We went there directly. Told Oscar to meet us there, and we got there. We had a little bit of time to pregame or whatever, like to do whatever. But guys, tell me why. When we go to the front of the club, there's a huge line of all these like fans for Louis because it's a Louis inspired event. People are going obviously for Louis, but it's also like a club. So there's a bunch of people out there that are waiting for to get back into the club. But then here we are just waiting at the front with like a group of promoters like trying to get in. So it's a little bit awkward because people knew me. People were like, probably gonna get a picture. Like it was a vibe. But at the same time, I'm like, why aren't we just like waiting in line with everyone else? Like why are we like standing in the front like as if we're like fucking like better, you know what I mean? Like we were just like waiting in a little group or whatever. But then that is when the promoter walks in. The promoter is super nice, super cool. But the first thing that just kind of like shook me and kind of jarred me is when the promoter comes up to us and he's like, yo, what's up? What's up? My name is this. Nice to meet you. This is my bodyguard. If anybody tries to mess with you, you know where to go.
I was like, wait, that was
I'm
like,
like, bodyguard. And then I look at his chest and he has this big gold diamond chain. All of his friends have these diamond chains. And then he just has a bodyguard next to him. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, where are we? What group did we enter with? Like, I'm kind of scared. Like, is Bad Bunny in the corner? Like, I didn't know what was happening. So we like waited outside for a little bit and then we got in. Guys, we got into a VIP table that cost like $7,000. We got in for free. We didn't pay anything. They tried to get us to pay like $1,000 at first to join, and we're like, yeah, no. And then they were like, okay, we really want you guys to hang out with us. So they paid for the whole table.
It was. I think it's also like Latin creators, like also support other Latin creators.
Yeah, but these people were more so like, yeah, I know we've met them before from like TikToks, like they know from TikTok, but like it was more so just like, I think right place, right time, because like they were like, this is $7,000 table, and then there was a point where they were trying to charge us, but then we were all like, we'd rather be in GA then. Like, I don't care to be in GA. It was because it was like GA was like a huge pit right in front of the stage where all the like influencers would go on, sing, dance, whatever. And then right between the stage and the pit was like the VIP tables, which is where we were. So it was literally like just across the fence for $7,000. But we didn't pay that. People in LA will pay anything. It's crazy.
That was crazy. Like when I was told that, I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, no, and then at the end they're like, fine, just give us $20 each. I'm like, okay, I don't know where the $20 went because I didn't really. Yeah, but
it was really fun, and then they were throwing like bottles around and everything, and I was like,
but I feel like there's such like a interesting like there was a lot of alcohol. I didn't drink that much there because I was already so drunk, but there was like a huge divide, or not divide. There's a huge, what's the opposite of divide? Connection between like Latino influencers and like just gay WeHos, because there was like a lot of like, not a lot, but there was like a lot of people that you've seen or hooked up with before, no? Like there, like it was like, oh wow, like everybody really came to this event. And everybody was like in VIP, but I think at that point people were like sneaking in. I remember at one point a follower came up to me and asked me for a picture. I was like, yeah. We took a picture, and he's like, Pablo, can you please get me into VIP? Like, I really want to meet Benji. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I can get you into VIP. I don't know. I'm sorry. And then he like followed me anyways. And like right as I walked into VIP, he grabbed onto my arm. And he just like walked right in. He's like, thank you, Pablo, you're the best. And he like ran off to like go find Wendy. I'm like, I did not allow this. Like, this was not me. Like, he just ran in. But I hope you had fun. I hope. But then I think I saw him like at the end of the night leaving with like Louis. I'm like, oh, maybe he made his connections.
You probably, honestly.
Like, he probably made his rounds, and good for him. But he doesn't care about me anymore. He was like, I'm gonna post a selfie of us on Instagram tomorrow. I promise, I love you. And then the next day he posted with like Louis. He's like, what's up? And I'm like, oh, I guess I was outbid. But yeah,
God, I was like so about to work out. Like, we drank like 3 shots that night.
I know. Oh, why do I want it to be like Friday right now?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Oh, Pride.
Pride's gonna be crazy. Are you excited? It's Memorial Day. I am excited for Pride. I feel like I wanted to like kind of like not go to WeHo for a couple weeks before to like really make it a thing, but it's too late.
I know. I low-key think I want to get an Airbnb like how I did last year, but
Did you?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, that was Pride.
Yeah. So I think I want to do it again, but like I also want to like. It's getting emotional. I want to throw like an actual party before, and then we can like have like a cute like moment.
But I feel like everyone's gonna get too drunk at the party, unless it was like a danger.
Or like a cute little pregame moment.
Yeah.
And like invite everyone. Like, oh my god, a pregame at my pad.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I think that's cute.
And like have the Airbnb for the rest of the weekend, and because there's one Airbnb that's right next to WeHo for only $120 a night, and it has like 2 rooms. And I'm like, okay.
See you at the Airbnb in LA, y'all.
Like, imagine coming over.
We should make, but if we have like a meet and greet, like a meet and greet party.
The only person's coming is sleep. Oh
no, I feel like a lot of people would come.
Well, maybe like Mamacita Leona.
No. If we had like a party, like I feel like I don't know, it just have to be advertised a lot. But yeah, that's the team.
Though. Like we can just like invite everyone.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see, guys. And yeah, this is the podcast because we're 47 minutes. We've been making them very long recently. We're going to continue, whatever, but we want to make this one shorter, more concise, just to say what's up, say hello. And yeah, we talked about literally everything I feel like that's happened since we last met or something like that. Anything else?
You made foot play. I'm like,
yeah, you have to put that one foot place. Yeah, I feel like that's literally everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Shadow's getting neutered on Wednesday. I'm bringing him to get neutered, guys, because he's I wanted him to have babies. I really did want him to have babies because he would be the cutest little dad. I know that, but at the same time, he's peeing everywhere. I live in a studio. I can't help it, and I have to get him neutered. So, chop chop. Goodbye. That was giving Jeffree Star. Goodbye. But yeah.
No, because I always see like your TikToks like he peed again on my clothes.
He pees on everything, guys. Literally, I have a brand new comforter, brand new pillows, brand new everything outside on my balcony. I have a bunch of blankets and pillows that I have to throw away because he peed on them as I was sleeping. I was literally sleeping and I felt wetness on my face at like 5 a.m. I looked up and Shadow was peeing on my fucking face.
What the fuck?
He was.
You're just like, oh my god.
I just have to throw that out there. But yeah,
but
what
I'm
else?
trying to decide what we're gonna go do after this pod.
Yeah, guys, we don't know. It's Memorial Day. It's like 4:30. Kind of awkward hour of the day, but we'll figure it out. And also, brand new products listed on boyvirgo.com. Go check it out. And
it's the cat one, no?
Yeah, I have a new cat friendship necklace. I have a new sterling silver star pendant, as well as all the other stuff that I typically have. Also, I've been doing a lot of photo shoots recently. I did like 4 photo shoots, I feel like, in the past 2 weeks for a lot of different brands. I did a video shoot. I've been like very in my creative era, more so focusing on like creative fulfillment rather than like monetary fulfillment, like stopping caring so much about money, more so caring about like what makes me feel good. And I've been like meeting with a lot of like random little videographers and photographers and doing that. So guys, hopefully next time you see me, I will do more photo shoots and have more pictures to release. And yeah, that's everything. Is that everything?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching this episode. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe. We're almost at 500 subs. We need to do something.
500th subscriber gets a Twitter picture from me.
Oscar keeps saying that. Okay, bye. See you later. Not the Twitter picture.